we finish the class next week. Okay. Sekejap Mana tak kamera? Tak ada gambar pula. Okay, so let's look at what is the financial management. Okay, ketak line saya ni. Hello. Okay, introduction to financial management. Can you see the slide or not, class? Is that clear, my slide? Okay, very good. So let's continue. Okay, finance interrelated to three areas that include money and capital markets. Okay, dekat dalam finance ni dia ada include ada tiga perkara. Okay, money and capital market, investment and tak nampak pula ni sekejap. Financial management. Okay, itu adalah intro berkaitan dengan financial management. Okay, money and capital market. Apakah dia money and capital market? Deals with security market and financial institution. Okay, if we said about money and capital market, dia adalah berkaitan dengan financial institution. Okay, for example, banks, insurance companies, mutual funds, investment banking firms. Okay, itu berkaitan dengan money and capital market. But for investment, okay, item investment pula, it focus on the decision. Okay, if you look at some of company, okay, they have investment. Okay, what is investment? Investment is focused on the decision. Okay, made by both individual and institutional investor as they choose securities for their investment portfolios. Okay, you will choose, okay, apa-apa security ataupun portfolio yang berkaitan dengan yang sesuai untuk kamu buat investment ataupun pelaburan. Okay, so siapa yang buat pelaburan ni biasanya adalah individual. Okay, macam kita ni orang perseorangan pun boleh juga. Okay, pergi dekat financial institution untuk investment, untuk invest pada bank, okay, in terms of apa? Direct investment ataupun you boleh invest dekat portfolio lain selain daripada contohnya dekat apa kita panggil PNB, Permodalan Nasional Berhad. Okay, that is some of the investment portfolios that we can choose. Okay. Then kata on the other hand, financial management involves decision within firms. Okay, firm is company that is managing a finance of a business. Okay, so because of you are diploma in business management, right? So you need to know how firms or how the business, okay, manage their financial. Okay, kenapa financial ni mestilah berkaitan dengan duit ataupun capital and money. Okay, itu adalah introduction to financial management. Okay, so if you look at the broad area of finance, okay, ni yang I've already explained for in the first chapter, in the first slide there. Okay, money and capital market, security market, financial institutions, for example, bank, insurance, company, mutual funds, investment firms. Okay, and then investment is a decision. Okay, pelaburan tu adalah keputusan yang dibuat oleh some of the individual investor ataupun institutional, especially the business lah or the company itself for their investment portfolio. Financial management is the business finance, okay, involve decision, okay, within the firm. Managing a finance of a business, okay, financial management maksudnya, okay, nak uruskan keuangan syarikat. Okay, how you manage? Okay, dapat capital. Where your business get the money? Okay, from loan or from your saving, for example, or from your share. Okay, itu adalah contoh-contoh financial management. Management of money and other assets. Okay, itu adalah berkaitan dengan finance. Alright. So what is the financial management concerned with the acquisition? Okay, untuk kita dapatkan acquisition is dapatkanlah financing, cara macam mana kita melabur financing, cara kita dapatkan keuangan, sumber keuangan and management of assets with some overall goal in mind. Okay, it involves decisions that relate to investment, types of financing and management of asset. Okay, so itu adalah a broad area of the what is the financial management. So if you if you recall back what is the financial management, you can say that financial management is the management of the asset and money. Okay, asset tu termasuklah duit kita, cash. Okay, duit dalam bank. Okay, that is all our asset. Alright, so let's look at the role of the financial manager. Okay, so in our company, okay, you should have, okay, in the company must have a financial manager. Okay, dia yang akan menjadi ketua kepada pengurusan keuangan, okay, dalam sesebuah syarikat. So apakah, what is their responsibility? Okay, the first one is raising of funds. Okay, maksudnya nak dapatkan duit lah, ataupun untuk if you want to run your business or your company, you should have funds. Okay, so how you want to get funds? Okay, that is the role for financial managers. Okay, in order to meet the obligation, okay, each of the company must have their own obligation. Okay, if for example you need a money to pay salary, okay, salary of your staff. Okay, and then you need the money to pay for the loan. Okay, you need the money uh, to pay for the, for example, the project. Okay, so everything needs money. Okay, so that is the obligation of the business. It is important to have enough cash and liquidity. Okay, same goes to you, right? You must have enough money to for you to use, for example, in your education. Okay, to get a food. Okay, to buy a clothes, to buy a top up for internet, right? That is the obligation, okay, of yourself. Okay, now we look at the obligation of the company as overall. Okay, so a firm can raise funds by the way. Okay, they have two types of how we want to raise our funds of the company. Okay, the first one is by equity. Okay, equity is by issuing the share. Issue of share. Okay, share tu maksudnya saham. Okay, you tengok a big company, they have their own share. Okay, their own share, and then if they want to increase their capital, okay, or raising their funds, they should issue the share. Okay, if you notice, okay, the latest uh, issue regarding Elon Musk. Okay, did you know who is Elon Musk? Okay, dia dulu isu yang sebelum ni dia kata dia nak beli. Elon Musk ni is the richest person, right? That own Tesla company. Okay, the latest one I can't remember which company as Elon Musk want to buy the share. Ingat tak? You all pernah dengar tak pasal Elon Musk ni? Joshua, pernah dengar tak pasal Elon Musk? Pernah dengar? pasal dia? Orang yang terkaya, ha? Yang kaya kan? Tesla, right. So ada tak? Yang terbaru ni dia kata dia nak beli share kat mana? Dia share siapa dia nak beli? Ada tak cerita dia? Terbaca tak? Saya terlupa pula. Okay. Dia yes, that's right. Dia nak beli club bola sepak kan? Nak beli tu maksudnya beli keseluruhan, nak own. Okay? So in terms of share lah, maksudnya equity. Bila setiap company ni dia ada share-share tu sendiri. Kalau kita pergi kepada company yang big company lah, mereka akan ada share tu sendiri. Okay, so kat sini kalau macam mana cara company tersebut dia nak increase their funds using equity dengan issue share. Okay, and also debt. Debt macam biasalah, debt tu maknanya kalau kita debt tu maksudnya kalau kita berhutang. Okay, make a loan from a financial institution ataupun mana-mana syarikat pun boleh. Okay, that is debt. Okay, so it is responsibility. Okay, so siapa yang responsible to raising the funds? That is their financial manager. Okay, the responsibility of a financial manager to decide the ratio between debt and equity. Okay, if you remember, okay, for subject ECD 102 and 101, okay, we already calculate. Okay, you already know how to calculate the ratio, right? So as a financial manager, they must know how to calculate the ratio. Okay, whether in order for the company to know whether they are able to pay their debts or not using the ratio. Okay, kena calculate dulu. Nak tahu whether the company is financial of the company is very kukuh ataupun tidak, kena calculate dulu ratio. Okay, antara ratio ni adalah debt ratio dan equity ratio lah. So kalau kita tak buat calculation ni, we never know whether the company is able to pay the debt or not. Okay, so sebelum buat tu kena calculate dulu. So that is the role of financial manager. It is important to maintain a good balance between equity and debt. Okay, so dia kena tengok. Okay, kena balance lah. Tak boleh equity banyak, debt sikit tak boleh. Okay, so equity dan debt kena seimbang. Okay, so dengan cara calculate the ratio untuk tahu. Okay, and then next second is what is the rule for the financial manager? Is allocation of funds. So once the funds are raised through different channels, the next important function is to allocate the funds. Okay, after you have already raising the funds, so from the fund that you have, you must allocate for which project. Okay, you need to allocate that fund. Okay, contoh you ada duit gaji. Okay, gaji is your fund. For example, 1,500 ringgit. So to where you allocate that 1,500. For example, 400 is for food. Okay, 300 is for your minyak, petrol and toll, for example. That is the meaning of allocation. Okay, the funds should be allocated in such a manner that they are optimally used. Okay, in order to allocate funds in the best possible manner, the following point must be considered. Okay, so how you want to make sure that your fund is optimally used? Okay, by looking at these three consideration or 3 points here. Okay, the first one, you look at the size. Alamak, panas pula. Aduh. Okay, the size of the firm and its growth capability. Okay, tengok size company tu besar ke kecil. And then the second one is status of asset, whether they are long term or short term. Okay, Nak tengok aset yang kita nak allocatekan untuk beli tu adalah short term. Jangka masa panjang boleh kita gunakan or only short term ataupun jangka pendek sahaja kita boleh gunakan aset tersebut. And then the third one, mode by which the funds are raised. Okay, yang ni lah, yang ketiga ni. Tengok dari mana funds tu kita dapat. Okay, sama ada daripada debt ataupun daripada equity. Okay. Kadang-kadang kalau kita raise the fund using equity, it's very... Equity ni bermakna hak milik ya, kita jual hak milik. Okay. Hak milik syarikat. So bila kita dah jual hak milik, maksudnya company tu kadang-kadang kita ada 100% share. Okay. And then kita kata 60% owned by Datuk A. Okay. So another 40% kita dah jual kepada Datuk B, for example. Okay, dia melibatkan pemilikan. Okay. So dia hanya ada, so kita kena berjaga-jaga dengan raising the fund for equity. Kalau kita lebih jual share, nanti kita tak boleh nak control. We don't have majority control power towards our company. Okay. So kita kena tengok betul-betul lah. Okay. And then this financial decision directly and indirectly influence other managerial activities. Okay. So for sure, any decision that the manager made is influenced by the activities. Okay. Hence, information of a good asset mix and proper allocation of fund is one of the most important activities. Okay. So maksudnya. And then the third one, what is the rule for the financial manager is to profit planning. Okay, profit planning means that profit earning is one of the prime functions of any business organization. Okay, so maksudnya setiap company, okay, what is the rule, what is the goal is to make a profit, right? So how much the profit that the company earn is a matter. Okay, so kena plan kan, financial manager kena plan how much profit that you want the company to earn. Okay, profit earning is important for survival and sustenance of any organization. Okay, so from the profit that we made, okay, we must retain it. Okay, means that kita simpan sikit untuk survival. Kita tak tahu jangka masa panjang, okay, what happened to our economy, for example. Okay, so kita kena simpan profit. Okay, profit planning refer to proper usage of the profit generated by the firm. Okay, so for example, we have 100,000 profit. So how much that we must save or retain in our company? So means that we simpan lah, retain the profit. So after kalau kita dah tak ada duit, for example tak ada sale, kita boleh gunakan retain profit tadi. Yeah, that is means by profit earning. Okay. So profit arises due to many factors such as pricing, industry competition, state of the economic mechanism of demand and supply, cost and output. A healthy mix of variable and fixed factors of production can lead to an increase in the profitability of the firm. Okay. Fixed costs are incurred by the use of fixed factors of production such as land and machinery. Okay. Fixed and variable ni if you dah belajar masa ACD 102, dia adalah variable, maknanya cost yang kita meningkat selari dengan production. Kalau kita bertambah production, variable cost kita akan bertambah. Kalau fixed factors maksudnya walaupun production kita tinggi, but still okay, the cost is fixed. Okay, dia tak ada kena. Ni fixed factor ni macam ni lah. Contohnya tanah, mesin, okay. That is fixed factors. Okay, in order to maintain a tandem, it is important to continuously value the depreciation cost of production. Okay. So, untuk kita profit planning, kita kena betul-betul sebabnya profit ni, okay. Kalau if you remember how to calculate for the profit in ACD 101, okay, profit we must minus with all the expenses, okay. So kita kena tahu betul-betul berapa banyak expenses, okay, ataupun cost-cost yang diperlukan supaya kita dapat kita tak terlalu overvalue ataupun undervalue of our profit, okay. And opportunity cost must be calculated in order to replace those factors of production which has gone through wear and tear. Okay, maknanya kita kena ada cost-cost kata pilihan which yang kita nak kena let go ataupun yang cost yang mana yang kita tak boleh nak tolak lagi, kena juga incur. Itulah yang dikatakan bagaimana kita nak planning our profit. If this is not noted, then this fixed cost can cause huge fluctuations in profit. Okay. So kalau kadang-kadang disebabkan oleh fixed cost ni lah, cost yang tetap ni, okay, dia akan mengurangkan ataupun turun naik profit tu. Okay, kita tak boleh nak plan profit. Maksudnya kita tak boleh nak maintain the profit for every financial period sama saja profit. Okay, disebabkan oleh ni lah fixed cost ni. So kita kena betul-betul as a financial manager, dia kena betul-betul calculate for the fixed cost ni lah, and then untuk for the proper profit planning. That is the main thing there. Alright. The fourth one is understanding capital market. So as a financial manager, okay, kena faham juga apakah the capital market. Okay, capital market biasanya dia adalah share tadi dengan stock. Okay, shares of a company are traded on stock exchange. Ni yang saya sebut tadi, share tadi. And there is a continuous sale and purchase of security. Okay, setiap hari kita akan ada proses jual beli, sell and buy and sell. Okay, buy and sell share. Okay, dekat stock exchange. Okay, sebab itulah kalau you tengok dekat Bursa Malaysia, okay, so every company, okay, big company biasanya akan ada tulis nama and then berapa turun naik harga dia. Harga share dia lah, share of the company tu. RM RM2 satu share ke, okay, ada turun dan naik dia. Okay, kalau you perasan lah stock exchange ni. Okay, so sebagai seorang financial manager, dia kena faham okay, capital market. Hence, a clear understanding of capital market is an important function of a financial manager. Okay, when securities, okay, are traded on stock market, there involves a huge amount of risk involved. Biasalah kalau kita jual stok, beli, dia ada risiko-risiko dia tertentu. Therefore, a financial manager understands and calculates the risk involved in the trading of shares and debentures. Okay, so kita akan ada cara macam mana nak calculate the risk. Okay, nanti next chapter nanti kita akan belajar. It's on the discretion of financial manager as how to distribute the profit. Okay, many investors do not like the firm to distribute the profit among shareholders as dividend. Okay, instead invest in the business itself to enhance growth. Okay, so kadang-kadang ada juga uh, apa tu, pelabur-pelabur dia tak suka nak bagi dividen pada shareholders. Okay, dia lebih suka kalau duit tu, okay, kalau ada keuntungan tu digunakan untuk di dalam perniagaan lah, to enhance the growth. Right? The practices of a financial manager directly impact the operation in capital market. Okay. So macam mana setiap financial manager ni dia practice lah apa yang dia nak, ataupun apa yang dia nak jalankan untuk company dia akan effect lah kepada capital market. Maksudnya turun naik harga share dekat capital market tu akan turun naik based on the decision made by the financial manager. Okay. Okay. That is fourth role for the financial manager. Okay. So kita tengok the financial staff responsibility lah. Okay. The financial staff responsibility to acquire and help in operating resources is to maximize the value of the firm. Okay, so the value of the firm ni untuk meningkatkan lagi share price lah. Okay, value tu maksudnya tengok kepada share price. Maksudnya sesuatu company tu kan, macam mana kita nak tahu dia value ke tidak? Kita tengok share price tu. Kalau share price dia tu tinggi harga, means that company is valuable. Okay, for example, Apple company. Apple company is very valuable. Okay, kita boleh check berapa ringgit share dia. Okay, so the first one, okay, apakah staff punya responsibility? Financial staff responsibility. Forecasting and planning. Okay, planning for financial policy of the firm. Coordinating and control. Ensure the firm operates efficiently. Okay. And then dealing with financial market. Okay, deal with the money and capital market where funds are raised, firm security are traded. Okay. And then kita kena tengok juga pada risk management. Identify the risk that should be managed efficiently. And then the fifth one is the major investment and financing decision. Help determine the optimal sales growth rate. Help decide what specific asset to acquire. Okay, it's all about the financial decision. Okay, which asset that could you choose? Okay, the highest, the okay, harga yang tinggi ataupun harga yang rendah. Okay, asset yang mana nak beli? Choose the best way to finance the asset. Okay, which is the best? Whether you buy debt, okay, nak dapatkan duit by debt ataupun hutang ataupun equity. Okay, it's all about the financial staff responsibility. Okay, they need to not only plan for the future but must coordinate with the current process. Okay, to make sure the operation, okay, the financial management is efficient. Okay, then let's look at Sir, is Richie? Already left. Okay, Richie Justin. Alright, okay, noted. Okay, then let's look at the finance function in a typical business organization. Okay, finance function means that the organizational chart. Okay, so who is the biasanya ada apa yang ada dekat dalam company. Kalau untuk department finance biasanya BOD of course, and then president, and then under vice president of finance. Okay, there is treasurer and then controller. The treasurer, okay, under the treasurer is a credit manager, okay, inventory manager, capital budgeting director. Okay, and then under controller, we have cost accounting that we already uh, learned in ACD 102, and then financial accounting, okay, that we learn for subject ACD 101, and then tax department. Okay. This is the business organization, okay, for finance department. Okay, usually most of the company, okay, will have this. Okay, right. So let's look what is the relationship, okay, between finance, accounting, and economics. Okay. So if you look, the finance is concerned more on the management of firm's fund. Okay, as I mentioned before. Okay, okay, finance. Okay, financial manager, okay, should decide whether to increase the fund from the equity or debt. Okay, that is the decision. Okay, on how, okay, the company should raise their funds. Okay, the decision lah. Salah, equity or debt. Okay, but for economy is to give an overview, okay, on the factors affecting the environment with which we affect. Okay, so memang akan ada lah. Okay, macam mana kita nak raise fund pun kita akan tengok kepada economic punya condition. Alright, and then accounting pula. Accounting adalah, okay, effect on the accounting data presented by the accountant. Okay, so semua ada relationship tersendiri antara tiga perkara. Okay, data, accounting data that present by the accountant will get from the financial manager also, right? So by uh, uh, decision that made by the financial manager. Okay, so financial manager should look at the economic view lah. Okay, barulah financial manager akan tengok pada economic view. Lepas tu financial manager akan bagi data kepada accounting dan present dekat dalam financial statement. Okay, that is the relationship that we can look there. Okay, and then let's look what is the goal of the corporation. Of course, to maximize the shareholders' wealth. Okay, who is the shareholders? Shareholders is of course the owner of the company. Okay, the owner of the company that usually own the share. Okay, the percentage of the shares of the company. That is the shareholders. Okay. The goal dia mestilah shareholders wealth maximization, to increase the shareholders wealth. Okay, kekayaan shareholders. Okay, itu adalah goal of the corporation ataupun company. The goal of the financial manager is to create wealth for the shareholders by making decisions that will maximize the price of the existing common stock. Ini yang saya sebut tadi. Okay. Value tu dekat mana? Value dia dekat, okay, ada tak common stock ataupun share tadi, saham. Okay, setiap company yang besar, big corporation, mesti ada saham. Okay, berapa banyak harga satu saham tu, berapa ringgit. For example, RM5 RM5. Tinggi lah maknanya if compared to other corporation. That is the value lah of the corporation. That is the wealth of the shareholders. Okay. It does not only benefit the shareholders of the company, but it also provides benefits to society as scarce resources are directed to the most productive use by business competing to create wealth. Okay. So kalau company tu uh, berjaya, of course lah dia akan benefit society jugalah. Okay, in terms of siapa society tu mestilah dia punya pekerja dia. Sekejap saya nak move on. Okay, continue. And then, one tadi kita. It's assumed that maximizing the value of the firm leads to maximizing the wealth of shareholders. Okay, itu goals of the corporation ataupun tujuan utama lah, okay, yang dia nak capai masa dia tubuhkan corporation ataupun company. Okay, maximize the value of the firm. Okay, so kalau lah value of the firm tu tinggi, and then pulangan dia tu akan dibayar kepada shareholders tu dalam bentuk dividen ataupun capital gain. Okay, and then shareholders have more cash in hand, so dia ada duit banyak, and then shareholders are able to enjoy more product and services. Okay, and then itulah goal dia. At last, it will maximize the shareholders' wealth. Okay, but then there is some of the agency problems for corporate governance ataupun in order to govern the corporation of company itself. Okay, apakah kebiasaannya problem-problems, okay, that conflicts that arise, okay, when in the corporation especially. Okay, so agency problems means that as an owner of the company, okay, or the shareholders, they cannot they cannot run the business or manage the business by itself. Okay, should be the another person, okay, that we call it as agency, or we call it as a management. Okay, management punya orang yang not their shareholders or owner of the company, as a CEO for example. Okay, CEO and all the manager is the person or agent that will manage the corporation. Okay, itu memang in law dia. Okay, owner dengan ataupun shareholders dia tak boleh jadi manager ataupun dia tak boleh manage company itu sendiri. Okay, dia kena appoint another agency to run the business. Okay, so that's why it is some problem arise. Okay, because of the conflict. Okay, terjadinya conflict between the firm's owner, the principal, and its higher manager, that we call it as lead agent. Okay, sebabkan dia sendiri owner tak boleh nak run business sendiri, especially for corporation. Okay, company yang besar-besar. Okay, so dia kena ada CEO dia tersendiri, bukan diri dia sendiri yang cari CEO. Okay, so disebabkan itu akan ada di konflik. Okay, manager kata lain, owner nak benda lain. Okay, the goal for owner is to increase their wealth. Okay, but for the manager, dia ada intention lain, for example. Okay, that is the conflict arise between the agency and corporate governance. Okay, the conflict between controlling. Then, besides that, there are another problem. Okay, where the conflict arise between, okay, controlling. Okay, controlling maknanya biasanya kalau owner tu ada 60%, maknanya dia lebih 10% lah berbanding dengan minority ni, iaitu 40% saja. Minority shareholders. Okay, yang dia ada owner tu, dia own small percentage of the share. in the company. Okay, also have some conflict between them. And then the third conflict is between shareholders and non-shareholders constituencies such as creditors and employees. Okay, shareholders yang lain ataupun kita panggil dia stakeholders yang lain. Okay, stakeholders yang lain, orang yang berkepentingan. Okay, the person that is has some interest on the firm yang dia ada keperluan, okay, kepada company tersebut. For example, creditors, employees ataupun customer. Okay. Biasanya memang tiga tiga parties ni dia akan banyak problem berkaitan dengan conflict interest. Okay. We are going to examine the first of all how to corporate governance structure can mitigate the manager shareholders conflict, and secondly the role of corporate governance in safeguarding the minority shareholders. Okay, but biasanya akan ada akta ataupun law, okay, code of conduct yang akan, okay, macam mana cara dia kita nak control problem ni ataupun atasi the problem, agency problem. Okay, minority shareholders dia akan ada satu akta yang mengatakan yang melindungi hak-hak minority shareholders. Okay, owners yang ada minority saja share dalam syarikat tersebut akan terlindung, okay, dengan adanya akta ataupun act, okay, ataupun call it as law, okay, yang semua orang kena ikut. Alright, and then okay, that is some of the, just want to share the problems regarding the agency and the corporate governance in the managing the company. And then let's look at the role of business finance. Okay, so actually, okay, what is the role for the business finance are in effect investment agencies or intermediaries. Okay, this is to say that their role is to raise money from members of the public and from other investors and to invest it. Okay, usually money will be obtained. Alright, money will be obtained from the owners of the business, that is shareholders, and from long-term lenders. Okay, long-term lenders, for example, bank. Okay, with short-term finance being provided by bank, perhaps in the form of overdraft. Okay, kalau short-term finance, we call it as overdraft lah. Means that kita kena bayar dalam masa yang singkat saja. Okay, short term. Wajib kena bayar. But for long term lender, biasanya kita akan pinjam dalam masa yang lama lah. Okay, maybe 10 to 12 years. Okay, kalau short term, we call it as overdraft. Okay, maybe dalam 1 to 3 years only. Okay, by financial institution and by other business being prepared to supply goods or services on credit. For example, trade payables or trade creditors. Means that bukan sahaja kita boleh pinjam kepada bank, but also kalau kita nak gunakan barang tu, okay, satu barang untuk buat projek kita ataupun buat produk, so kita boleh berhutang dulu kepada trade payables lah ataupun supplier. Okay, so kita hutang dulu barang tu, and then bila kita dah dapat untung, and then kita kena bayar semula lah pada trade payables. Okay, and then business typically invest in real estate. Okay, other than that, dia akan invest juga pada real estate such as land, buildings, plant and inventories. Okay, for example, stock. So they may also invest in financial assets, including making loans to and buying share in other business. Okay, ini cara macam mana role of the business finance. Apakah role finance ni ke dalam perniagaan? Okay. And then people are employed to manage the investment that is to do all those things necessary to create and sell the goods and services in the provision of which the business is engaged. Okay. Surplus remaining after meeting the cost of operating the business, wages, raw material, costs and so forth accrue to the investor. Okay, biasanya duit mana yang business ni akan gunakan untuk invest biasanya after kita dapat profit lah. Profit yang kita dah tolakkan dengan operating cost. Okay. Kita dah bayar semua wages, okay, salary, whatsoever expenses. Okay, that money, okay, we can do for investment. Okay. Kenapa kena ada investment? Okay, untuk increasekan lagi kita punya profit ataupun earning kita, right? So kalau ada investment, kita akan ada side earning lah orang kata. So, selain daripada contoh kita jual sesuatu barang, kita akan ada income yang lain, okay, selain daripada sale of goods, alright? And then of crucial importance to the business will be decision about the type and quantity of finance to raise and the choice of investment to be made. Ini macam tadi lah juga, okay, role dia. Business finance is the study of how this financing and investing decisions should be made in theory and how they are made in practice. Okay, that is the role of the business finance. Richie, are you okay? Welcome back, Richie. Okay, let's look at the finance. Alright. Okay, nanti you boleh tengok recording ya, Richie. Okay, what is the financial market? The financial market is a place where buying and selling, okay, of financial products like share, okay, that is the product. Share, bonds, derivatives, commodities, and foreign currency takes place. Okay, that is the financial market. In Malaysia, the financial market system, okay, is made up of financial institution and financial market. Okay, kita akan tengok apa dia, what is the financial market. In Malaysia, we call Bank Negara Malaysia is the body to regulate and oversee, okay, the whole Malaysia financial system. Okay. So Security Commission is the body, statutory body that is entrusted with the fair and efficient running of the Malaysia capital market. Okay, Security Commission ni dia akan dia adalah statutory body, okay, dia akan make sure that the capital market dekat Malaysia ni ikut kepada law yang sebenar lah, okay. Capital market in Malaysia encompass the conventional, okay, and Islamic markets for medium to long term financial asset. Okay, capital market in Malaysia ada dua, iaitu conventional and Islamic market. Okay. Formation of the Islamic capital market provide avenue for investors and lenders to mobilize their funds in Sharia compliant financial products. Okay, so there have in financial market, okay, the person or the investor or the company can choose whether they want to okay, whether they want to raise their funds with the Sharia compliance, okay, Islamic capital market or conventional capital market. Okay, in Malaysia we have two financial market, but mostly I think in all other countries they only have capital market for conventional, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. But in Malaysia, because of majority of people in Malaysia is Islam, so this Islamic Council, okay, Dia memperkenalkan Islamic Capital Market in 1997. Okay. And then a National Sharia Advisory Council. Okay, Sharia Advisory ni dia adalah the person that uh, know about whether some of the security is halal or haram. Okay, so in for Islam people, okay, they should choose the security or the product for financial that is halal. Okay, so ni Syariah Advisory Council ni akan bagi orang kata nasihatlah kepada Bank Negara Malaysia for the matters relating to banking, insurance, and security commission with regards to Islamic capital market. Okay. Okay. So Bursa Malaysia Berhad, before this known as the KLSE. Okay. KLSE Stock Exchange, but then they call kepada Bursa Malaysia Berhad. Okay. So Bursa Malaysia Berhad is manage the Malaysian capital market. Okay. Okay, this is the structure of financial system in Malaysia. Okay. So if you look here, financial system, we have financial institution and financial market. Okay, institution like banking system, Bank Negara Malaysia, and all the bank institutions, whether there is commercial banks, finance companies, merchant bank, Islamic, and others. Okay. Another one is non-bank financial intermediaries. For example, provider and pension fund, KWSP, insurance companies, including Takaful, development finance institution, saving institution, and others. Okay. But for financial market, okay, we have how many market here? One, two, three, four. Okay. These four types under financial market in Malaysia. First one is the money and foreign exchange market. Okay. And then the second one is the capital market that I mentioned before, equity market, bond market, okay, debt security. And then there also have the derivatives, okay, futures, commodity futures. For example, how can I explain to you? Okay. Commodity futures ni dia lebih kepada harga minyak sawit. Okay, komoditi kita, harga minyak sawit Malaysia. Okay, KLSC, CI futures. Futures ni adalah satu derivative ataupun panggil dia apa nak kata, portfolio tu adalah untuk masa depan. Okay, kita ramalkan berapa harga derivative macam tu lah, something like that. Okay. And then offshore market. Okay. Offshore, Labuan International Offshore Financial Center. Okay. Ini adalah contoh, okay, financial system in Malaysia. Okay. And then again, this is all the different form of financial organization that actually you already know. Okay, we have sole proprietorship. Okay, so if there is a different form of the organization, so same goes to the finance. Okay, the terms are all how they manage the finance for the sole proprietorship, okay, partnership, and also for corporation. There is some difference between the organization. Okay, so proprietorship, the business, financial owned by financial is managed by their own owner, right? But for corporation, okay, must be, okay, the manager should be other person, not the owner itself. Okay, that is some of the difference of the different form of the organization. Okay, they have also different in financial management. Okay, and then let's look in what is the secondary market. Okay, secondary market, we call it as a capital market, but capital market there we have two types. Okay, dalam capital market dia ada dua, iaitu secondary, primary market. Okay, and then yang kedua ni adalah secondary market. Okay, primary and secondary market. Okay, what is the secondary market? The secondary market is where investor buy and sell securities, okay, from other investor. Okay, for example, stock exchange lah. Nama lain untuk buy and sell security is the stock exchange. Okay, so kenapa dia kata secondary? Okay, biasanya, okay, for example, if you want to buy Apple stock, you purchase the stock from investor who already own the stock rather than Apple itself. Okay, means that kenapa dia dah jadi secondary? Okay, Apple before this already issue ataupun initially public offering. Okay, maksudnya dia akan buka share dia, akan jual kepada orang luar, pada shareholder luar. Okay, public. Okay, sesiapa saja boleh beli shares Apple. Okay, this is the first time. Maknanya the first time Apple buat IPO, it means that is primary market. Okay, but then after that, the shares, okay, kan dekat dalam market ni akan ada stock exchange. Okay, semua akan beli-beli, jual balik. Okay, siapa yang tak berminat lagi, dia akan jual. So kadang-kadang public investor ni, okay, bila harga, when the share is increased, okay, so usually the investor ni will sell back their share in order to get to earn the profit. Alright, so untuk yang seterusnya pula akan terjadi secondary market bila antara investor, contoh investor A dengan investor B. Okay, investor A ni beli contoh dari Apple. Apple buat IPO, initial public offering. Okay, so investor A beli, and then investor A dah beli, and then suddenly the share price of Apple is increased, so A jual, sell, and then A will earn the profit lah after, because they buy with the lower price and then they sell in the higher price. Okay, so dapat earn profit. So B dapat pula share. Okay, bila B ni nak jual balik kepada C and another investor, so this we call it as secondary market. Okay, so primary is for the first time the company itself, okay, offer to buy to the public. Okay, IPO. Contoh kalau senang nak faham, you ingat macam baju kita beli dekat bundle. Okay, bundle maksudnya baju yang kita dah use, already use, right? Okay, so same goes to here. Shareholders yang secondary market ni adalah shareholders yang dah secondary market tu market yang kita dah antara investor tu, share tu dah dijual beli antara investor, bukan kepada mother company. Contoh kat sini Apple lah. Okay, itu maksudnya secondary market and also primary market. Okay, example of public secondary market, NSE, New York Stock Exchange. Okay, so banyaklah yang macam Bursa Malaysia Stock Exchange adalah secondary market juga. Okay, primary market tu biasanya kepada company. Okay, company tu yang share. Company tu yang offer untuk beli. Okay, siapa-siapa nak beli, itu adalah primary lah. Okay, kalau biasanya kalau macam National Stock Exchange, New York Stock Exchange, Bursa Malaysia itu adalah primary, secondary secondary stock market. Okay, kenapa? Okay, let's look at what is the importance of the secondary market. Okay, the secondary market is important for several reasons. Okay, the first one is to helps measure the economic condition of country. Okay, the rise or fall in the share price indicates a boom or recession cycle in an economy. Okay, so kalau bila ada stock exchange ni, Bursa Malaysia ni, okay, contoh kita ada Bursa Malaysia kan. Okay, kita akan ada satu board dekat bursa tu akan menunjukkan tentang harga share price of all the big company. Okay, termasuklah financial punya company, contoh Afin Bank, KCIMB, okay, sama. Okay, company apa lagi yang big company that you know? Gamuda, Berhad, okay. Semua company-company international semua ada share price yang akan tunjuk dekat board dia tu. Okay, so if you look here, okay, for example, okay, economic condition may be based on the policy of the company and the policy of the government, okay, when and then the government exchange, okay, it will affect the Bursa Malaysia punya price. Okay, so harga share price akan turun, okay, and then COVID-19, okay, baru-baru ni, okay, the condition of the health itself akan affect the economy. So the bursa punya share price akan turun lagi. Okay, itulah maksudnya boom. Boom tu maknanya increase. Okay, recess maksudnya rendah lah. Okay, cycle in an economy. Okay, so kalau adanya secondary market, so kita boleh tahu sedikit sebanyak. Okay, it will assess our economic condition of a country. Okay, and then what else? The secondary market. Alah, bangah lah. Okay, the secondary market provides a good mechanism for a fair valuation of a company. Okay, so maknanya bila ada secondary market, so every company can know, okay, what is their value. Okay, what is their value in secondary market. Okay, in fair valuation. Okay, so takkan ada konflik lah, maknanya semua orang akan apa follow saja the rules for the secondary market. Okay, so semua akan fair untuk setiap company. So, siapa company yang better, dia akan increase lah dia punya value. Kalau siapa company yang worse, dia automatic dia akan jadi low lah dia punya value. Okay, the secondary market helps drive, okay, the price of security towards their genuine. Okay, fair market value through the basic economic process of supply and demand. Okay, and then the secondary market promotes economic efficiency. Okay, each sale of security involves a seller who values the security less than the price and a buyer, okay, who value the security more than the price. Okay, and then the secondary market allows for high liquidity. Okay, stock can be easily bought and sold for cash. Okay, so high liquidity lah. Siapa-siapa yang ada duit, dia boleh beli share. Okay, siapa yang tak ada duit, dia boleh jual share yang dia ada untuk dapatkan cash. Okay, that is called high liquidity lah. Okay, that is the importance of the secondary market. Okay, that's all Okay, the slide. Okay, did you have any question before we go to looking for the YouTube in YouTube for the video regarding the financial introduction of financial? I will uh, find out for you and then we can uh, see the video. Before that, is there any question, class, you want to ask? Richie, Michelle? No. All right. So let's look at the